You can triple your confidence and triple your energy levels to have more success in sales and reach your next level of leadership by doing this one thing. This is not some bullshit strategy. This is like a real grounded practice that changed my whole life 8 years ago. This is literally how I met my soulmate Hazel. Now we have a son together. We have a family here in Texas, and I have a growing business that I'm really proud of. All these things that I have with my health and just my energy levels now, my confidence, it's all because of a few things, but this one thing in particular, I think was one of the biggest differences. Right. So my name is Trevor. I am a sales and leadership coach here in Austin, Texas. I have a process to help men in sales and leadership roles to decrease their anxiety, decrease their burnout, and become more confident and make more commissions. But more than that, just feel better about life and have more success as a leader in their marriage, their family, or their career. And going through college, I had a lot of struggles. I was very shy, very awkward, very introverted. And it wasn't until after college where I really just wanted to figure out what's going on. Why am I always depressed? Why am I always on and off with my anxiety and I have low energy, high energy? It's back and forth. And I saw doctors and they couldn't help me. They said I was normal. And I was so confused. I was so stuck in life because I just wasted kind of 4 years of failures with dating. I couldn't really find anyone to keep a relationship, keep a girlfriend. I just had a lot of struggles with meeting people and being social. And like I said, I have a whole process for this because the first thing for me was really my gut health. My nervous system was out of whack and my diet was horrible. All these things from all the alcohol in school, and I had to work on my lifestyle. But even aside from that, this one thing changed my whole life because it explained why I had so much anxiety aside from my body. Right? I always say that you want to address the body first, which is like the gut health, your diet, your sleep, drinking enough water, because they're all just like the basic building blocks of our body, of our health in general. But then the next level is like more of the mind and more of the mental state. And no one tells us in school that thoughts are things, right? We go through high school and business school and colleges, and we are not given the tools to understand our consciousness and how it works and how our awareness works. And when I first got into sales, working in restaurants, it was tough because you get a lot of rejection and you get a lot of people have problems, a lot of emotional problems, and we can take it to heart. We can take the blame for it. We can kind of be really hard on ourselves and put a lot of pressure on ourselves. And what I began to do, which completely changed my confidence and just my overall energy and the way I carried myself, was I stopped believing all my thoughts. Because I realized that every thought that I have, thoughts are real things. We can't see them, but they have an energy to them. And it was crazy. I started reading books by Joe Dispenza and different spiritual teachers and personal development books and business coaches and different people. I started just reading a lot of books 8 years ago. And I simply made the choice, right, every morning for about 10 minutes, I made the choice that I'm going to start to question my thoughts and observe my thoughts. Because up until that point in college and high school, I never realized that I could kind of step back from my mind and just kind of observe myself, because I was always busy. I played hockey growing up as a kid. I always played sports and had friends and had schoolwork to do and tests, and we're all very busy. We're just programmed to be very busy, and then we don't really have any time to question things or question the media and what they're telling us and question our health and all these different aspects of being on Earth. It's a crazy place, right? When I began to take it seriously, as far as just 10 or 15 minutes in the morning, before I began to start my day, before I got to shower and got to have food and go to work, I took a few minutes in every morning to observe my thoughts. And what I realized was that a lot of these thoughts I was having all these days and weeks and months when I was younger and going through college, and then after college, here I am trying to finally now observe myself and my thoughts. And you know what? I realized that so much of my thoughts, my thought patterns and these thought loops, they came from my family. They came from my childhood, they came from my parents, or just from things I've watched on TV or my friends and people I was around. They weren't actually my thoughts. And I had this huge awakening where I realized that, yes, I have thoughts in my head. Some are mine, some might be from other people. But the main thing was I realized that I am not my thoughts. I am the witness, I am the awareness, or I am the consciousness behind my thoughts. And that in itself was just mind blowing because no one taught me this in school and growing up as a kid. And what it did for me was that I stopped giving all my thoughts so much importance and so much meaning and so much value. I began to see my thoughts like clouds in the sky. They're passing by. Might be some heavy clouds here for right now. Give it a few hours. Give it at least, maybe more. Give it at least for sure a day or two, and the clouds will be gone. You'll have new clouds coming in their place. It's the same with our thoughts. And what causes so much suffering for us as men in sales and leadership roles is our thoughts destroy us. Because we're so hard, being a high achiever, being a driven man. You want to have success. You want to make money for your family. You want to do well. You want to find a beautiful woman to have kids with and to have a family with. We're so hard on ourselves with our thoughts. So try this out. Try this out for, I want to say, at least 2 or 3 weeks. Take 10 minutes in the morning, observe your thoughts, and watch what happens. You're gonna understand that. Like, you're gonna start to have more fun, and life will be more fluid, and you'll be more flexible. You'll kind of understand that, like, you're not controlled by your thoughts unless you choose to, which is like the autopilot setting. You can change this setting in your mind, and you can begin to step out of your thoughts and be more the observer. And I have an entire coaching process for this. I literally will guarantee you a level of results because I know this really does work. If you stick with it for a few weeks and a few months, observe your thoughts, but also work on your health and your habits. And I can give you a whole blueprint, a whole outline of what to work on and what to do for the next few weeks. You're going to see your anxiety go down and you're going to be a lot more confident.